Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Mushoku Tensei Season 3 episode number 8 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we had Lilina and Pursena graduating and them deciding to go their own way, and they had like a little bit of a fight. Not a fight but like a, yeah, I guess. Yeah, and they decided by that who is going to become the leader of the pack. And Pursena won, so yeah, that's that. And then after that we had Nanahoshi's next part of the experiment being successful. She was able to summon a watermelon. And yeah, also Nanahoshi seems sick. She's been coughing quite a bit, so that's another thing. Also, like, she said that she's going to make Rudius meet a certain someone, one of the heroes who defeated Laplace, and I forgot his name though. And yeah, and hopefully, like, he will be able to help with Zen's situation. So that's another thing that's happening. So let's see what happens in today's episode. Let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to the video and watch it alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's get started. Yeah, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Whew. Oh my god. You know, I was thinking, I was thinking, what if Nanahoshi finds for sealed? Okay, armored dragon calendar in his honor. Okay, what I was saying, I was wondering, like, the reason why Nanahoshi is coughing. I think obviously she's sick. While summoning the watermelon and stuff from our world, what if she's ended up summoning like some, like, like some diseases along with it as well, like in our real world? Because this possibility, right? What the hell? Yeah, he he's gonna take us there. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. Um. Yeah, some kind of token. Uh. Yeah, you're all just gonna get teleported like that. Um. Hello. What about me? Hey, this looks like the when you reincarnate. Like when they talk to when he talks to, what's his name, Hitokami. That type of. Yep, we're in the flying fortress, right? That's what they call it. Oh damn, that looks crazy. Who the hell is this? She has like black wings. Silvaril. Flying fortress chaos breaker. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, it is a possibility, right? Like, because she's summoning things from our world. There might be like some pesticides or diseases in that freaking watermelon or something, or the things that she brought before. Maybe she caught some kind of, yeah. Um. Oh! Oh! Oh, damn! Oh, he's seeing the future. It's like, if I take that name, is she gonna kill me? Anger or animosity. Wait, why Sylphie as well? Like, I can understand her asking Rudy, maybe she's like felt something, but why Sylphie was also interesting. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Oh, yo. Wait. If he's offended, are those things gonna just shoot at us? Bruh. Damn, he doesn't look amused. Betelgeuse. Yeah, I. Right. Yeah. And we have an isekai character here. Hmm. Nah. Sweating. Ah. Okay. Uh. Yeah, I wanted to heal my mother. Oh, because he's such a big mana pool, I think. Oh, damn. That's great. That's why it took so long. Oh. Right. Wait. Oh, wait. It is okay. Uh no. Hmm. Mystical powers. What? Oh. w- hold on. Wait. So her situation was similar to Zenith? Yeah, like what? So wait, Cliff knows, I guess. Yeah, but why? You could have. Yeah, maybe there's something. Some situation. No, he just wants to make figurines. Hmm. Right. Cows. But. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. She's probably telling him that the whole thing with the Hitogami. No daughter. Oh wait, is that why she was also? Oh. Oh, okay. By chance. Okay. Damn, that's a fancy looking. All right. So it's in the care of Elvinville. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Small mana crystal. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, but why did you not tell this to? Hmm. Right. Interesting. Hmm. Wait, so is she cursed as well? Like some sort of. Yeah, I guess she didn't want to recall it. That's why she never mentioned it. Hmm. All right. Hmm. Summoning lessons. Okay. Ooh. Oh god. Oh. Oh no. Oh nice. Yeah. What's happening? Is she not? Well, what can you expect from an I. Uh, mm, mm. Yeah, it's been so long. Yo, the the dishes, like the design on it, is like animated. Oh my god. Oh damn, what is that? Yeah, like what? Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, this is the symbol. So we can open this. All right. Yeah. It's probably like nothing I was gonna say, yeah. Or maybe there is. Oh. Oh, are we not supposed to be here? Oh, okay. Was it already here? Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Nice. Yeah, why the hell would you want those? Oh, it did. Yeah, what he likes. And then strike over there. Ah. Hmm. Yeah, well. Bruh. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh god, her condition is worsening. Yeah. Oh god, what's happening? Yeah. Manas kind of. Um. Oh god, yeah. No, 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 it's not you. This is. Right. Well, I don't know. Like, I have no idea what this is. But like I said, like the first thing that came to my mind is like since we are summoning stuff from our world, those things, like it wouldn't surprise me if those things have like bad things from our world as well, like maybe virus or like bacteria or whatever, and maybe something affected her like that. But I don't know, like, or wait, there is a possibility that she already had like some kind of a disease in her, because you have to remember she was summoned, she didn't reincarnate here, so maybe she ended up bringing okay, is that it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, like we have to remember she wasn't reincarnated. Rudy was reincarnated. He died in the real world and he came here. His body, like, was formed in this world. according to this world and everything, like, so unlike him, Nanahoshi was just summoned, like teleported, kind of, you could say. So maybe there was some sort of disease she already had, like inside of her from the very beginning, and that's kind of showing up now in this world. Like the first thing that I'm thinking of, like she's coughing and bleeding, is tuberculosis or something like that. Because there's been so many shows, like and like media that I've seen, where people get affected with tuberculosis and everything. Like I'm saying, obviously this is not the real world, but she wasn't reincarnated. She came here in this world. Maybe she already had that, or I don't know. Like maybe she had like kind of there within her, and now it's kind of showing up. Or like I said, maybe like some sort of um like she's summoning stuff from our world, so maybe she ended up summoning some sort of disease as well, which she got affected with. Because you have to remember, she's always kind of doing like mixed up with these type of experiments and everything. So she's maximum in contact with these things that she's summoning or whatever. So I don't know. There's like a 90% chance I'm wrong, but that's the only thing I can think of. Because like they're trying their best to use this world's obviously like the detox and the healing and everything, and the fact that it's not working is making me think maybe it is something from our world, and it cannot be healed like that. Maybe we like proper medicine or something, I don't know. So yeah, that would be crazy if this ends up being something like that, where like I said, the first thing that's coming to my mind, like the fact that she's bleeding while coughing, is tuberculosis. Like maybe she already had that from the very beginning or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, this is not okay. Hopefully, what's his name? Perigus, right? Or something like that. That was his name, right? Yeah. Maybe he can shed some light into this or something. I don't know. Like as to at least like tell us what's going on with her. Um. Right. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so okay, let's talk about this episode. First and foremost, there's quite a few things to talk about here. Like first, we have Rudy and everyone else uh, coming to this flying fortress. Um, Roxy wasn't allowed because she's like a demon kind, and and Pergeus didn't really want like any of them to come there. So Roxy's like, it's okay, like no problem, right? And yeah, and it's kind of funny because I didn't realize it, but I thought that was just for comedic like effect or whatever, that Rudy was like left behind for quite a while, and he for a moment he was concerned. He's like, wait, what's going on? Why am I not getting teleported? But the fact that there's an actual reason behind it, which is like he being the isekai character and being the, I think, like the only character who has such a huge mana pool and a lot of things going on with him, it took a quite difficulty in teleporting him. And even he, Belgius was like, oh, like, yeah, you were the one who actually gave us the most trouble. If you could have, like, if you could have actually resisted my teleportation if you wanted to, like, yeah. And wait, so does that mean it was like based on like the way everyone was teleported was based on how difficult it was to teleport them? Let me see who got teleported first. So first, okay, Nanahoshi got teleported first. Makes sense. I'm assuming because Nanahoshi doesn't have any type of magic or mana or whatever. Like, so I think it was the easiest just to take her. Then we have Zanoba. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I think Zanoba also. Yeah, all right. Then immediately we have Ariel and the other dude. I forgot his name. What was his name? Luke or something? I don't remember his name. Her bodyguard. Those two. Then Elinalise and Cliff, and then Sylphie. Yeah, like makes sense. Sylphie obviously is also very strong and everything. Like, yeah, I don't know if it's based on the mana pool, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's based on the mana pool because Rudy has the most. And after teleporting all of them, it actually took quite a while. Like all of them was, even though like quicker, be it like one was teleported quicker than the other, they were like happening one after the other. And then there was a pause, like a big pause, such a big pause that Rudy was like, "Okay, what's going on? Did mine malfunction? I like, do they not want me? They handed me this thing, so I think they want to, like, I'm allowed. But then what's happening?" Yeah, and then he got teleported. All right, so there you go. That was that. Now another thing I want to talk about here. First and foremost, we have this lady here welcoming us. What was her name? I'm King Pergus' first servant, Silvaril of the Void. Is she an elf? I don't know. No, probably not. She has wings. Also, her wings are black. So she's like a, I don't know. I was going to say like maybe like fallen angel or something, but I don't know. I have no idea like what goes on in this world. Permit me to. Okay. Oh yeah, the fortress's name is Chaos Breaker. That's a very interesting name. That's a very chuny ass name, like Chaos Breaker. Like, I don't know. It's very chuny like. Okay. Okay, so I want to go to that part where they were entering and like she saw something with Rudy. Okay, so everyone's going in, and when Rudy and Sylvie goes in, both of them have some kind of a like a glow, and she's like, "Oh, just a minute. Is any one of you acquainted with Hitogami?" Okay, so may I ask you a question? What would you like to know? Does the name Hitogami mean anything to you? Right. So obviously Rudy immediately is like, "Oh my god!" Like he remembers when Orsted like was like it was Orsted, right? Asked the same question, and he's like, he just blabbers about Hitogami, and bam, we know what happened after that. So I think the first thing that Rudy did here is try to see the future. Like he was like, "Is she going to attack me?" Because you can see his eyes kind of glowing, and I think he didn't see anything like unusual. And then Sylphie's like, "I know, like I don't know anything about that. Does hearing the name arouse anger or animosity in you?" Okay, so Hitogami is like, the thing is Hitogami is very interesting. Like you can see like so many characters like all like like constantly ask about Hitogami, and we already saw what happened with Orsted when like he didn't like the fact that we were allied with him, and everything. So but at the same time, Hitogami also does kind of show us the way, but the way he shows us the way is very, I don't know, like it's like a what can I say? Like it does help us, but in a very weird way. You also remember he like I think it was that time when he I think I remember like he kind of deliberately concealed certain information from us, like and then when asked he was like, "Oh, you didn't ask," or something like that. Or like, and also the whole thing with Paul's death and everything, he kind of like said that, "Oh, if you go there you're going to regret it, if you don't go there you're going to regret it as well," or something like that he said. Like, I don't know, the way he kind of shows us the way, it's a bit odd, obviously. And like it's like he's like the monkey's paw, I would say. Like he kind of acts like that. Like, yeah, you are kind of helping us out, but at the same time the way it kind of you do it, it's a bit weird. you know like that kind of thing. So I don't know, I feel like Hitogami, also the fact that there's so many characters in this world who like are constantly like like looking out for Hitogami, and Orsted literally almost tried to kill us, makes me think that this Hitogami that always comes in our dreams, there's a possibility he might not be a nice person. you know, like, so yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of questions I have about Hitogami, but let's wait and see. Um, and also the fact that literally she asks here that then does hearing that name arouse anger or animosity in you? I don't know if like we said that yes, or in any of these questions how she would have reacted, because Rudy was like no. Yeah, so Rudy's like no, not me either. So she's like, oh, then I have nothing more to say. Now, here's the thing. Why did she see the same aura with Sylphie? Sylphie obviously has no idea about Hitogami, right? She knows nothing about it. There's no Hitogami didn't contact Sylphie. He always contacts us. So why? Only one um, reason I can think of is because Rudy and Sylphie are married. Maybe that's why. Maybe like since Rudy is associated with Hitogami, it automatically kind of connected with Sylphie, even though Sylphie herself has no clue who Hitogami is. I don't know. So maybe that's the only thing I can think of. I have no other clue. Why was Sylphie also glowing? You know, because it's not that anyone associated with Rudy. If that was the case, then everyone would be glowing because everyone's associated with Rudy. So that's why I'm thinking maybe marriage. Maybe she's because she's part of his family. That's why. Maybe if Roxy came here, then Roxy would have also glowed. I don't know. Anyways, this just like a guess. I might be wrong completely here. Okay, so when he gets in, obviously he meets armored Dragon King Pelagilius Dola. So the lady here, I forgot her name again. You can see there was a section where when Rudy's like section came, she kind of like whispered something to him. I'm assuming she said the whole situation with Hitogami and how they reacted. Maybe that. I don't know. Like Perix didn't really like say anything about that or something, but he did kind of say that Rudy is like hiding something connected to Laplace or something. Wait a minute. Okay, first and foremost, we have Nanahoshi introducing everyone, kind of like everyone coming out in front of him and asking for stuff. So Ariel comes in first. So Pericles is like, "Oh, you want my help with your kingdom?" And she's like, "Oh no, no, I just wanted to see you." And he's like, "Yeah, stop the cap." Like, yeah, like that's not your real intention. You cannot hide your motives from me, Ariel Anemoi Asura. Oh my god. Yeah, you should have just said the truth, man. But you have come here, that is to fate. Okay, so then Rudy's like, "Oh, I'm Rudy's Grey Rat." And then he looks at him and he's like, "Teleporting you proves I'm not taxing." I doubt I could. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is where he says the thing. No matter, but your mana recalls Laplace. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what he meant by this. Like, how is his. Disgust me, do. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, everyone's like looking at him. It's even way more creepy because everyone's wearing like a mask and a very weird one. Even every one of the masks are very weird. Yeah, some are pretty normal, but Okay, am I forgetting something? Why did like is it um the eye that he got? But that girl gave it to him. What's her name? I forgot her name. That demon girl. Um, like why Laplace's? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, now I can think of two things, not two things, but like it's the same thing, but now this is completely something that I'm just bringing out. There's a high chance this is completely wrong. Like, because like, unless I've forgotten, like I said, like, did they ever before mention anything about Laplace and, like, Rudy? Because like, this is the third season. Quite a big chunk of the story we have already seen. There's a high possibility I might have forgotten stuff from season one or maybe season two, and maybe they have like actually kind of mentioned something about like Laplace's like magic's connection with Rudy or whatever. So there is a high possibility that's the case. If that's the case, then like, then there's no mystery here. But if that's not the case, and my memory is not failing me, and there has been no mention of anything of this sort before, then one thing I can say here is this is something that I'm just bringing out. Like, is somehow, like, is like Hitogami like connected to Laplace or something, or like is Hitogami Laplace himself? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because like because Hitogami is connected to Rudy somehow, and then we also have people like like, or Pargyu is saying that like your like mana is like something that, yeah, your mana recalls Laplace. I have no idea what that means though. Like, what does he mean by recalls Laplace? Hofs, Hofs, what does that mean? Like, it recalls. I have no idea. I'm also having difficulty understanding what he's trying to say here though. Like, your mana recalls Laplace. Like, what does that mean? Like, is it is resembling of Laplace or something? Is that what it means? Do not think of using it in my halls. I don't know. I have no idea, man. Okay. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, maybe like maybe that's why I'm saying, like, like, because um something that is unique to Rudy that I can think of is obviously that the fact that he's reincarnated here. Also the fact that he, like, he's quite gifted from the very, like, young age. Um, the whole incantationless magic, but that's not something unique because anyone can do incantationless magic if they, like, if they try like that, and if they like train their body, because Rudy from the very beginning, if you remember, from when he was a little kid, he started training his body. Like, he used to like do like spells, and that's why he can do incantationless magic, and I'm pretty sure that's also the reason why he has such a huge mana pool. um so all these things, so I don't think those like will be resembling of Lapras or something, whatever. But whatever Pergus is saying here, that he's kind of saying that maybe Rudy has some connection to Lapras or whatever. The only thing I can think of here is that, like, Rudy was like, Hitogami, who always comes now and then, maybe he has some connection to Laplace, or he himself is Laplace. Because we don't see his face. He just comes in and just gives him some like advices. Like I said, the advices that he gives Rudy as well is pretty damn weird. It acts like a monkey's paw, or something like that. So and the fact that everyone here don't like Laplace, you can literally see like them say, like, like all of them, Austin, they literally fought against him. And also the fact that they also are not really big fan of Hitogami as well, because Austin literally tried to kill Rudy immediately when he said that, oh yeah, I know him. You know, here you can see Pergius also kind of like, they're also asking him about Hitogami and all that. So the fact that obviously they killed Laplace and everything, and then at the same time they also like hate Hitogami. Maybe there is some connection between Hitogami and Laplace or something. Maybe Hitogami is not Laplace, like maybe that's going too far. But maybe there is some connection, big connection between them. And that's why, like, like Rudy kind of like resembles, like, his magic kind of resembles that or something. I don't know. Again, all of these are like a big if. There's a big if behind all of these. Like, like We do not know. These are all still shrouded in mystery. So yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah. Either way, that was that. And when he asked like what Rudy wants, Rudy talked about his mother. Again, this is where we get to know apparently Elena Lee's also had the same type of situation. Like she's okay, wait a minute. So he says apparently there is a term for these people. I know of a woman who met a similar fate. Okay, no, wait. I've heard of an ancient labyrinths trapping people to serve as their hearts. That is literally what happened with Zenith. Those who become hearts are altered by mana. They lose their memories without exception. So everyone loses their memories and comes to possess mystical powers. What kind of powers? Those of the ones you called cursed children or blessed children. Noroiko or Miko. So cursed children or blessed children. So Elena is a cursed child because of the curse. I know of a woman who met a similar fate. Elena is a dragon road. Did my friend not rescue you from the Bow Labyrinth some 200 years ago? Hmm. Okay, so there you go. That's that. Right. So he says that they contain some sort of mystical power, and he said they're called cursed children or blessed children. I'm trying to think what Elena Lace's mystical power is. Is it that like either one is cursed or they're blessed? Like Elena Lace was the one who got the short end of the stick, and she was cursed. Is that what it is? Because obviously she has a curse. We know that. So what about Zenith though? I don't think she has a curse. We haven't really seen any that sort of curse with her related to her or something. So maybe she's blessed somehow. I don't know, or maybe it'll reveal itself little maybe as we see this like the story unfold. Maybe you're not realizing whatever curse this is that she has. Okay. Anyways, so obviously he's like, oh, why have you not told him? And like as we get to see, like it was like a part of her like past that she didn't want to recall, so she never mentioned it to. Yeah, but obviously at the same time, like like Zenith literally went through the same situation, so I feel like that's fine. I guess like she has her own like situation to deal with. You know. Okay, then Zanova comes in. Okay, so Zanova asks him about the motive in the. So he talks about cows. What was okay? Wait a minute. It belongs to the Mad Dragon King cows, and he apparently died like some years ago or whatever. But he's like, like since you like, he also asked about the automaton, the thing, and Zan was like, oh, I love it. It has such great craftsmanship, this and that. And he's like, all right, since you are a fellow connoisseur of like art, I'm going to give you some of the stuff that this Mad Dragon King had. Okay, and then we have Sylphie. And yeah, this is where the lady she comes and tells Fergus about whatever, and I'm assuming she probably told her about him about like Rudy and Sylphie, the whole thing with Hitogami, maybe. I don't know, or maybe it's something else. Yeah, both husband and wife then. Yeah. Okay, so then he says the very cryptic thing. He says like, "Oh, do you have a son?" And they're like, "No, I have a daughter." And he's like, "All right, if you have a son, bring him to me. I'll name him. I'll bestow a name upon him." Interesting. Or maybe not. Like I was thinking maybe it's like they're like talking about the connection to Hitogami, or maybe not, because he says like both husband and wife. So this I'm trying to recall what speciality does Rudy and Sylphie have? Both of them have. Like uh Like the only thing I can think of is the fact that Rudy taught Sylphie about the whole incantationless magic, and she's the only one who can do it along with Rudy. That's the only similarity I can think of between them. It's like something that both have. I don't know, man. Okay, anyways, again, like this episode was meant to spring up a lot of questions. Obviously, we're not going to get the answers now, little by little. Okay, so she talks about the mass teleportation, and he's like, I have no idea, and yeah, and he's like, I couldn't summon Nanahoshi, in which case, no one in this world could have done so in this world, you know. So yeah, I'm wondering, what does that mean? It was no man-made disaster, happened by chance. All right. Okay, so that was that. A lot of questions we have now, but little by little, hopefully, we get all the answers. Okay, then Elinus talks about her story, about how she was trapped there. She lost her memories. She was brought into this village. She, grew older. She got married to a guy over there, and her curse started kind of acting up. And obviously, at the beginning, it was no problem because she had her husband, but then her husband died when he went to sell the mana, the crystal thing that she made every month. Yeah, it unnerved me at first, but I can't deny it helped with the household finances. Yeah, and then she wanted to just leave alone, but then obviously her curse was not okay with it, and then everyone got to know what she was been doing. She got thrown out of the village, and then obviously we know she became an adventurer, and she decided to live along with the curse, and embrace it. And then like she met Rudy, Cliff, and fast forward, she got married, and there you go. All right, so that was that. Then we got to learn a little bit about summoning. Right, and then Nanahoshi's coughing constantly. They bring food, it's like some Japanese food. Nanahoshi was very moved. She started crying, even though it was not perfect. And then we go to that underground dash chamber. So here there is a mural, you know. So Perigus comes in, and he's like, "This is something that was already here from the beginning." No, like she says, but he says that it was here from the beginning, but it was it is something that's pretty unnerving to me. Only this mural was almost intact, as you can see it. Right, so though all else has crumbled to dust, it alone endured. I saw the will of my predecessors in that, a will to communicate at least this much to posterity. Okay, so I would like to think so as well, but I do not care about for this mural. Something in it strikes me as suffocating, cheerless, and sickening. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, Almanfi, show all of them around, and then he just keeps staring at it. Okay. Like, so what I can see from the mural is apparently at the very thing at the middle is this, like, I'm assuming these are dragons. Yeah? And then there is a lady beside him. And they're like holding like a child. So is this like some sort of like obviously they have a child, like I'm assuming the lady beside this dragon person is a human, maybe. I don't know, because she doesn't have any wings. I don't see any wings. So like a child born to a dragon and a human, so a half dragon, half human child. This is something to celebrate, maybe, and that's why there's all other people. I'm assuming this person in the middle is like a king or something, and everyone beside them are like all of them have dragon wings. You can see that. So all of them are like his subjects probably are like they're all dragons, and they're all celebrating the birth of his child. Okay, let me see. There's like more to the mural. Let me try to find like a better view of the mural. Like the whole thing I want to see at the same time. Just a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So one side. Okay, another thing they mentioned. Apparently, Rudy and Zanaba both were like, I feel like I know this story from somewhere. So there's another part of the mural where you can see there's a lot of dragon people like flying about, and then there's a dragon at the middle, kind of telling them something, and they're all listening to him. Oh no, it's not Zanaba. Sorry, Cliff says that I've also seen it. Okay, I'm trying to find a better view to the mural. Just a minute, guys. Uh, okay, here we go. This is a little bit of a better view. There's another part of the mural on the left side where we see a lot of creatures. There's like a dragon, there's someone with multiple hands, there's someone with multiple wings. Looks like the wings that that lady has, you know. I forgot her name. Then there's another person with a tail. Like, is that a mermaid? I don't know, maybe like a lizard. And there's also a human there as well, I think. I don't know, at the middle, at the bottom. Then there's obviously that mural in the middle, which I already talked about, like these two person, and there's like a child. But there's another thing at the right side, which is a single picture. Oh, it seems like this is the lady in the middle, the one who is holding a child. I'm assuming, along with the other person. She is on the ground, sprawled. I'm assuming she's dead, and the child she has is like beside her. So she died, or something like that happened. I don't know. Also, there's another part where you can see there's fires, like maybe some sort of war happened, and like a lot of wind, like hurricanes. The dragons are fallen in the fire. There's a lot of dragons flying away as well. So some sort of war happened. There's another part where there is. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. This is an interesting part here. You see, there's another part of the mural where there's a lot of dragon people you can see, and then there's someone at the rightmost side who awfully looks like Hitogami, I would say. I don't know, I'm seeing Hitogami everywhere now. Like, you know, he has like very normal, like very like a basic structure, like Hitogami has, like a human. That's it. He doesn't have any wings, nothing. He just looks like a very basic human being. That's why I automatically thought of Hitogami. Okay, there's another part where you can see. Okay, that's probably the king mourning the death of that lady, who's probably his wife. The Dragon King, and oh, you can see there's another lady beside him, like probably one of his subjects, who's holding the child. So yeah, so the woman died. We saw that in the mural, the right part of the mural, and this is the next part. I'm assuming where the king is lamenting the loss of his wife, and the child. I'm assuming is still alive, and one of his subjects is holding the child. So there's a situation. It might be that the the woman like sacrificed herself to protect the child, or something like that. And then you can see the right part is like the war part where there's like everything is burning and everything. Yeah. Okay. So what I can deduce from this is apparently there were like dragons and humans and everything. You know, maybe like they all came together and we had this dragon king who got married to probably this lady who's maybe human. They had a child, and the lady died, probably trying to protect the child. The Dragon King lamented her loss, and then some sort of war happened. So that's all I can think from here. Other than that, no idea. All right, so that was that. Okay, then we have Rudy and Sylphie talking. Okay, so here Sylphie is like, oh, why do you talk about Nanahoshi so much? And Rudy's like, oh no, it's nothing of that sort. It's just obviously he's not telling her, but then Nanahoshi comes in. Nanahoshi's like, can you detox me? And she's coughing uncontrollably. Sylphie's like, is everything okay? And the more she was trying to heal her, the more she kind of relapsed. I think like something happened. Like she started like bleeding. Sylphie's like, oh no, like was it me? Like did I like worsen her condition? I don't think so. I'm not really sure. But it did seem like the more she was trying to heal her, the more she was coughing. I don't know. But they've been like detoxing her for quite a while. So has that been like worsening her condition? There is a possibility though. Maybe that's. Anyways, hopefully like Pergus can shed some light to this in the next episode, because obviously he it seems like he might know something about this, or who knows. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, Sylvie's like bleeding out now, like coughing, and she's just falling unconscious. So yeah. Again, like I said, I could think of a few things. Maybe this is like some sort of disease that got summoned along with whatever we were summoning. Maybe this was a disease that she always had, and since she didn't get reincarnated but summoned, that is kind of like worsening now, and we are seeing it. And like maybe tuberculosis or something of that sort. And also, like I said, at the end, it did seem like kind of the more Sylvie was trying to heal him, the more she was like coughing. So maybe like this detox or whatever we have been doing to her up until now, maybe that's not been helping her but worsening the situation, like her disease. I don't know how that is happening, but again, let's wait and see. Hopefully someone sheds some light to Nanahoshi situation as well in the next episode. So there you go. That is it, guys. That was my reaction to episode number 8 of Mushoku Tensei season 3. This was a very like information filled episode. A lot of things you can see, like a lot of information we got from Pergus. A lot of like questions also came up which we don't have any answer to now, but like I kind of gave my theories and my thoughts about it. The mural is also very interesting. Like I said, it tells a story. I tried to kind of decipher what it is as far as I could. Yeah. And and then the Nanahoshi situation as well. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.